Hi everybody, welcome back to California Chris. It's been a little while since we've posted a video, mainly due to the lockdown here in the UK. Today we're going to give you a brief quick hello again, let you know what we've been doing here, what I've been doing. Our showrooms are now back open again as of the 1st of June, so we'll give you a quick tour of the showroom, see how things have changed and things like that. But first off, I hope you're all okay. I hope all our subscribers, all our viewers, I hope you've all been coping okay within this pandemic and that you're all well. Everybody does it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Big thanks to all the people out there who work for the NHS, all our key workers who have been helping with the grocery shopping, keeping the economy going as best it can do as well while we're away as well. So what have we been doing? What's been happening here within the dealership network? As most of you will know from the news, on the 23rd of March, Boris Johnson stood up at the lectern and said that things were closing, and one of those things that was closing was car showrooms. So following day we all came into work. Obviously the showroom itself was closed, the business was still open, and from that point on then, unfortunately at that point we made a decision. We started to furlough most of our colleagues and staff that was in here, so we lost probably 95% of the workforce. Myself and one or two of our colleagues, we actually stayed and we kept the business open for that time, but only from a service perspective really. It's just a very small number of people that were here. We do a little bit of blue light work, so we look after some police vehicles and emergency vehicles, but also, as well as you can imagine, within the van world, you've got people who are doing deliveries, supermarkets, people like that have all got commercial vehicles. So we stayed open for key workers so that any breakdowns and things like that could come in, and that's pretty much how we operated for quite a long time after that as well. So as I said, the business was still open. We did take calls. We have spoken to some people as well throughout that time. You might be watching this, you might be one of those people, but the showroom itself has remained closed the whole time. And then later on we got advice that we could start doing click and collect. So people who were ordering vehicles online, that was a thing where you could then actually come and pick the vehicle up, obviously adhering to social distancing guidelines, which we've done, and then finally brings us up to the 1st of June, which is when again Boris Johnson stood up and said that was the plan for lockdown, and in that first stage on the 1st of June was open air markets and car showrooms were back in there, which obviously that included ourselves here. So officially been back open since the 1st of June. For obvious reasons, we've not had a massive influx of people, but it has made our job a little bit easier here for vehicles that have been waiting to go, that people have wanted them, that aren't key workers or haven't had an essential need for that vehicle. And things, luckily have started to pick up and been good from there. So that's kind of a snapshot of what we've been up to here at the dealership and how we've been operating. Obviously there's our partner, Volkswagen Commercial Vehicles as well, and they've been in a very similar boat to ourselves. So they've obviously, the factories have been shut, so the factories around the world for Volkswagen shut down for some time. They obviously shut their ports down as well for deliveries. Our delivery companies that come to us had all stopped, and as you can imagine, it's taken some time to get that back rolling again now. So the factories have been open for a little while. Again, they've having to adjust the way that they work to get them back up to capacity. The ports have opened again, so the UK ports back open. Even shipping has started now, probably in the last week and a half. We've seen more boats now come into the UK, so more vehicles are starting to arrive into the dealerships as well. But it has taken a while for all that to happen. So if you've got a vehicle on order, if you've had a California on order, or any commercial vehicle on order for that matter, your best bet is speak to your local dealer. If it's us, give us a call if we haven't already spoken to you, and we'll be able to give you some updates on where we think the vehicles are at the moment, if they were built, what kind of lead time they would come in as well. The next video we do, I'm going to talk a little bit more at length about where your vehicles are if you're ordering vehicles from the factory that's there. But as you can imagine, the factories have been closed, I think 6 or 8 weeks in total, I think they're actually closed for. So obviously that has had a direct effect on the vehicles that were due to be in at that time, and they're working very, very hard to get those vehicles through the factory as fast as they can. And we are getting regular updates on those as well. If you have ordered one and you want to know where it is and you're not sure, by all means give whoever you purchased your vehicle from, give them a call, and they should be able to find that out for you. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video here, things have changed quite a lot within our industry, especially the way in which things look for when you walk into the showroom. The showrooms are all the same, but you'll see a lot more information about social distancing. We'll show you how our showroom looks in a moment. But as you can appreciate, there are a lot of things that we would normally take for granted, especially from the servicing side of things. So a good one, for example, we're not doing waiting in the showroom at the moment because we want to keep the numbers of people in the showroom to an absolute minimum. We are asking people if you want to come and have a look at vehicles. You can, of course, just turn up as normal. That's no different, but it's a lot better if you can make an appointment to come and see us, so we know that we can actually look after you, because we do have a capacity for the showroom. So this will be like kind of the new norm, I think, when you walk into a showroom nowadays. You'll probably see something like this that will mention about social distancing, about staying 2 metres apart from one another as you come through. Probably a little table with ourselves. We're checking the temperatures. on most people that come in. As every member of staff for ourselves, every morning we all have our temperatures checked. If we do have a temperature, which touch wood at the moment nobody has, but if we did, you'd be going straight home. So, and hand sanitizer as well, that's here for customers as well to use. And you notice from here as well, if you look at the distancing, and then back onto our service receptions, you can see from the service desk from on here, we've got screens up to protect the service advisors from customers, and the customers would be this far away. You'll probably notice as well in a lot of showrooms as well, the volume of vehicles in the showroom has probably decreased. So normally we would have 3 to 4 vehicles in the showroom here, but we've now reduced that just to 2 vehicles in the showroom, and obviously we've got vehicles outside as well. So kind of our showroom really now is designed really to be more outside, and that's something which we're very actively doing now. So we're trying to, as best we can, we're not trying to avoid people being in the vehicles in the showroom. They're here for to look at, but we'll point you to vehicles outside, because obviously the ones outside we can have them open. There's a lot more fresh air moving around, and just makes it a little bit easier for everybody else. So these are some of the working differences that you'll notice when you come into a showroom today. Things like courtesy cars, for example, for the service department. That's not something we're offering at the moment, but we are going to start to do that soon. From the sales perspective as well, a big one, we talked about test drives and things like that. And we're actually going to cover a lot of these things in our next video. So the next video after this one, which hopefully will be around the middle of the week when we post that, we can give you a little bit more details about things like what we're doing, so how test drives are going to look going forward within our group. Obviously different companies will operate different things as far as test drives are concerned, but at the moment we couldn't have a test drive with one of us in the vehicle with you, so we'll kind of explain to you how we're getting around that and what will happen with test drives going forward, and also a bit more explanation about the ordering process that we're actually doing as well from there. But that's going to be in the next video. It'll be too much to go through in one video, so we thought we'll break it up and we'll cover that in the next one. Thanks for watching the video today, and we'll see you in the next one.